So what we are gathering from the course so many that it and say the Electoral Commission any Bernard Mona and I say and penny form organizing the elections the course so many day they did not do you well. One more I know ye until you would want to take a legal action against them. Is that really the case?
98.9.
Well, thank you very much. One, the thing is that if I would narrate a story and you will put yourself in my shoes and see whether anybody will take that. I was in the campaign grounds, in the campaign field, going around, and on the Wednesday, I was called by the party employee in the office and alerted that a rich summons has been filed on me. And I asked people to look at it, and it is an application for injunction filed against the party, and I am a second defender because I am the party leader. So I had to come down, try and reach Accra Friday morning.
98.9.
And then I looked at it, I called my lawyers, and they advised that the option would have been to try and get the gentleman who filed it to withdraw it so that we can go, otherwise I'll be held for contempt. So I quickly called the Electoral Commission to talk to them and asked that we would change the date to 10th so that I would get a gentleman, talk with him and let him come so that Monday, today, we would have drawn the case and the party is free to go to Congress on tomorrow. Now, when I did that, the Electoral Commission official said I should write. So I wrote and attached the evidence of the court matters that were sent me, and I gave it to my treasurer and organizer to go and dispatch it. They went there and gave it to the official, and the official immediately called one Mark, and we see who are the party guy they are giving the papers to, ballot papers to go and send to the regions. And then he went, the officer said, bring them back. The date has been changed to 10th. So my people came back and told me this. Not knowing after that, after they had assured my people, they allowed Makawusi to still send the ballot papers to the various regions. And Makawusi is an Bernard Mona's person. And Makawusi was the one who went with the Electoral Commission official without anybody's knowledge, and they packed the ballot papers in the printer's place. And he was the one freely given, without any supervision, to carry the ballot papers to the airport and dispatch them. Only God knows what happened with that. And so the following day, that was Saturday morning, my people called to tell me that, oh, the EC officials are coming with their ballot boxes. So I called, and I got Mr. Kisi. Mr. Kisi assured me that they had postponed it, so they will tell their people to go back to their office. By 10 o'clock, my people told me, oh, the electoral officers, they have taken their ballot boxes and they are gone. But some people were still loitering at the polling stations. So my people told me that people are still there. And I said, the people have assured us and they've taken their boxes. So if you want, go and rest. Go and do whatever you want to do and prepare for Tuesday. But that notwithstanding, I still called Mr. Kisi around 11 o'clock. And Mr. Kisi said, oh, we have told you, we have postponed it to Tuesday, 10th. My people went home, and at about 12:01, the electoral commission of officials were back to the polling station with their boxes. And then they said the people who were there, they should vote. So how was I going to get those people who had gone home? I rushed, I called, at that time when I was calling Mr. Kisi's line will not go. He will not pick. So I had to rush to the electoral commission headquarters. And I met the director of election. And I explained the situation. That it was like tying my hands behind me and allowing somebody to freely sail through. It was just like telling Bernard Mona, tell your people hang around. Tell your people to hang around. They shouldn't go. Then they tell me, oh, tell them to go and sleep. Tell them to go and sleep. So that now that they are doing it, who was there to vote for David? So it is just because I'm so popular in the party. Otherwise, the 200 votes, I won't get it. So some of the regions didn't even vote internally. 13 constituencies. No constituency delegate went there and voted. They went and picked people from the station there to vote, claiming that they needed a number of regions to qualify to push through the agenda of fraud. So they went and got 23 people to vote internally. The regional chairman who went up from the party with General Nabila, the regional secretary who went up from the party, and we tagged them, they were there to vote. And it happened throughout. Western region didn't actually vote. Western North didn't also vote. And I have evidence that some of the areas, the people who voted were a handful, and even the ballot box people that were counted were far above what they should have been. And so when you do all this, and you come and sit down and shamelessly say you are elected leader of a party, a flag bearer, what are you telling the world? What kind of idea are we instilling in people's minds about politics in Ghana? Are we saying that we can just be such careless about voting and we will continue to stay in peace? That will be too dangerous. And I have been telling people, I'm not fighting because David Apatera is not elected. I'm fighting because a wrong must be corrected, and it must be corrected properly, so that it doesn't recur.
And the wrong you mean is the alleged connivance between Bernard Mona and the Electoral Commission.
Certainly.
I would want to understand really the chronology of events. So, for example, you mentioned that last week Wednesday, you were on your campaign trail and you had an information from the head office of the People's National Convention indicating that there has been a writ of summons that has been brought to the party's headquarters and that you were the second defendant. Now, I would want to know who was the complainant. What was the complainant seeking for?
The complainant is Juan Basiru, who happens to be the regional secretary of the party in Northeast.
Okay.
He is one of the oldest members of the party. And he said he had petitioned the party, claiming that Bernard Mona is not of good standing to contest. And the party didn't handle his petition. And we are going to Congress with Bernard Mona as a contestant. So he was filing to restrain the party from going to Congress, and so that Bernard Mona will be investigated first.
So he was seeking an interlocutory injunction on the Congress that took place on the 7th of September 2024.
Very well.
And when that came, you mentioned that you sat with the executives of the party, or you wanted to speak to the executives of the party. Were you able to do that?
Yes, I talked to some of the executives. And the executives, I talked to them, and then I talked to the electoral commission.
Well, when you say you talk to the executives, what exactly do you mean? So, okay, say only pennyphone kasaya. When you musia yetnasi, editor when him say this is what is happening.
I just told them that this was the thing. I told the acting chairperson. I told that this is the service done on me.
Okay.
And so, what else can I do?
So the acting chairperson of the party was told of the interlocutory injunction. Now, Bashir
and only told, I showed her the documents.
Okay, but I know, sir, your party has hierarchies, and obviously, when an action of that sort is taken against the party, what to do with regards to the petition and also the summons the Ebremono. Did the party take a decision, or you took a decision on what to do?
The question is, everybody is going about campaigning. No party executive was just easily available. And so I was in the office and I called the acting chairman. And not even the acting chairman, the one who is holding brief for the chairman. And so she came to the office. And I said, these are the things. My treasurer was there, my organizer was there. The acting general secretary was writing his exams and could not be around. So I told them that this is the issue. That if we don't do that, my lawyers have explained that I will be in contempt of court. And as a politician of my status, I shouldn't. So at least I should be law abiding. I should respect the courts. I should be careful about that. And they all saw it.
Who was the first respondent?
The first respondent is the party.
Okay, so the party was the first respondent, and you, as the chairman of the party, was the second respondent.
No, as the leader of the party.
As the leader of the party, was the second respondent.
Yes.
In the scheme of things, which branch or which how do I even put it? Which group, and when we get the highest in your party, they take decisions on such matters?
The leader and the chairman. The leader and the chairman.
So the leader and the chairman takes a unilateral decision on some of these things without consulting the other national executives of the party. Is that what you mean?
The thing is that when there is time, you certainly will call everybody to a meeting. When there is no time, you don't wait, because there was no time. It was a Friday. I got to Accra around 11 a.m. And so I had just a few hours to be able to do things properly, write letters, and then we go ahead. But everybody in the party knew that there was a shoot. Because I was in the field, and the so-called chairman for Congress committee started writing in the party platform that I had organized, I had orchestrated the shoot. I am about something. He started funding flames. I called him on phone. He won't pick. And he continued. You see? So, there was a kind of a group coordinating to fight me, and I didn't know. So, that is why it happened.
But you mentioned, and I will take you back, because you mentioned, sir, you heard of the thing on Wednesday.
Yes.
And I know, sir, it will be difficult, so but me share mpanyimfo ni nyina. any more atenase na masi gyinaye on the matter at hand, which was the interlocutory injunction, writ of summons idea to party no anymore. Now, also, you had the opportunity between Wednesday and Friday to find means of say only the national executives, no, not just telling them, but meeting them virtually or whatsoever to decide on the action to be taken. So, did you do that?
Yes. Let me say this. I was in the campaign zone. Wednesday, I was in Ahafo.
Happy FM.
And then I finally got to Western Region in the night. I slept there, and then Thursday I talked with the Western Regional people, and the Kumasi people were waiting for me. So I could not leave them there. So I drove to Kumasi from Western Region, got there around 7 p.m. And then I talked with them. We ended a meeting. So I had to go, I had to sleep and get up at dawn to travel to Accra. And so that was the only thing. I was also campaigning. And in fact, I was behind time because I have been struggling. I am working around trying to see how we can get the Congress on. So there was no time to call anybody to a meeting. Everybody, when I got to Kumasi, I was told our director of communication and some other officer of the party, they had just left. They had addressed the people and left. So it wasn't like I had all the time around me to call me. And in such a situation, the option is just one way. It is not like there are so many options. So when you are served with a writ of an pending injunction or application for injunction, you have no options. The options are that either you engage lawyers and they go and fight it, or you are able to get the person to withdraw it and you go ahead to do what you want to do. So there are no options here.
But you've just mentioned two options. One is to go to court to go and fight it. Number two is to get the person in question and speak. And speak. But you just gave two options and you're saying again there are no options.
When I say there are no options, I mean, in our circumstance, we needed to go to Congress as soon as possible. So you could not engage lawyers to go to court. So the only thing is that we had to rather get the person to withdraw it. That was the only option. But if we have to engage lawyers, the lawyers will take a day to study the case, go to court, apply for a breach of time or whatever it is, draw the case back for hearing immediately before. These are court proceedings. And so the only option was to call the person, talk with the person, prevail upon the person, to withdraw it, and we go ahead. So when you do that, what is the crime here? And the party has been cited. I mean, has been served, and I have been served. So what was it that I should have done? Nothing. Yes.
But when a brown call a year electoral commission, say for them to really hear or listen to what you have to tell them with regards to sermons na the Abraham, you had to write to them for them to respond. In the response, did they also write a response to a year and someone or more anymore?
They did it. They gave us a verbal response there and then.
But when you went there and when you verbally attempted, say, with regards to the Akosono, they told you to write. Why did you not also ensure, say, they will write to you in response?
No. You see, the thing is that this is electoral commission. We have talked with them, and we have been talking with them. they have assured you. How would you say that? Please write for me. I never thought, and it never crossed my mind that electoral commission can do that. You understand? Where you are dealing with people with a mindset that, hey, something else untoward may happen, you will sit and say, please give me a note. But I couldn't fathom this kind of thing. In fact, I have participated in elections from 1992 and earlier elections in the assembly elections and so on. I have never experienced this kind of fraud. And I've always held the electoral commission in high esteem. I didn't expect anybody to stoop so low to come and behave like this at my party level.
And so these are some of the reasons why if you say until whatever the results were from a Congress na course so Saturday 7th of September 2024 no odin 7 ko akugina asenibia amadi.
Hello?
Ora pastor. Yes, and then maybe say are these the facts that udina so aka say you resort to court?
Happy FM 98.9.
I have told you that yes, the wrong thing must be corrected in the interest of peace, even in the party. People are pissed. You can imagine delegates from 18 constituencies in a whole region haven't gone to vote, and people are picked on the street, and the whole of Northern region, the vote cast was 20 for Bernard Mona, 3 for David Apatera. That's the end. And they didn't come. So who are those who came and voted?
Let me.
The regional executives didn't vote. The constituency executives didn't vote. So who came and voted?
Let me ask this question, sir. What is the delegate strength of the PNC?
That's why I'm saying that we have 14 delegates per constituency. And if you are multiplying 14 by 276, you get the number.
14 by 200 and I am
76.
Maybe some calculation 14 per every constituency.
Yes.
So 14 by 276.
Yes.
Over 3,864.
And then now you add 14 delegates from each region. So 14 delegates from each region.
14 delegates from each region, which is 16 regions.
Yes.
Okay, so plus 14 from each region.
Yes.
Okay, all right, maybe. So over 4,000 delegates. I know I was almost twaba on Saturday Chairman.
Yes. So if you look at it, about 4,000. What was voted? Vote that we got. Does it reflect the vote that should come? But we took time. There has never been a time that PNC is going to Congress and they do constituency election. But we insisted and gave money to the regions, and they went round and did constituency elections and acclamations, so that we will have people who are dedicated, people who are executives, who are determined. So it raised the anxiety of delegates.
But have delegates complained about what went on?
Massa, they are crying and they are cursing. Some have called to tell me they will leave the party. I am telling you, it is a disaster. It's a disaster, and anybody who loves a party cannot go to do that. You love a party, and you use fraud and prevent several thousands of your people from voting. You prevent thousands of your people from voting, and they constitute the party, and you sit somewhere and brag that you won the election. In fact, everybody should frown on any electoral fraud. Everybody who is a politician or even a citizen of good conscience should frown on it, because it is the recipe for crisis in all regions and in all over the world.
You are being accused of attempting to Sika candidate You're being accused of not wanting to release the monies for the conduct of the Congress, of course, last Saturday. What do you say to that?
Look, the thing is that we had released money preparing all towards the Congress. So what money? What we were to release, you release it the last moment so that you bring the people, and then this crisis time, if you give money to people to keep, it is also not good. So the best thing is you give the money like Friday, Saturday is going to be, you give the money on Friday. That is what we have been doing. Nobody gives money a week before the Congress. And so what is it that I am sitting on and then I'm not releasing money?
But did you release the monies? How much did you release and when did you release them?
I am saying that we release money for them to do accreditation, acclamations and elections. We release money for them to rent the centers, polling centers, and do other preparation, whatever they were to do. And then we were now to release money for their fares to back, and maybe some lunch for them. That's what we're to do. Yes. And so, if anyone says we were sitting on money and we didn't want to release money, it is not true.
All right, David Apasira, my name is Nana Pesa, Japan, and I'm Happy Morning Show.